No promotion. This is like a shadow stream. This is a shadow stream for sure. Uh, all right, man. Welcome everyone. Welcome back. LTG, Let's Talk Games podcast. The hashtag 26 is wrong. That's supposed to be like year 26, but I'm probably the hashtag 26. I'm probably gonna keep it like that until we get to 2027. But man, Dre, it's been a long time, man.
Long time, way too long. Yeah, ask me.
This is gonna be reminiscent of the I think the first episode that we did, where I said, hey, I wanted to do this show because you're the easiest person, and I'm wearing this freaking crackhead kufi because I need a haircut and I'm due to get one tomorrow, so I'm looking very rough. But I said if I wanted to do a podcast talking about video games, I can do it with you because we can talk games. Like back when I was in the middle of the console war and I wanted to break from talking about consoles and I just wanted to talk games, that's when we connected. But you know, I took a break from a lot of content, whether it be gaming, streaming, podcasting. The only thing I've really been doing is Weapon Wheel. So trying to start the new year with some sort of consistency. And now that the console war is over, I can't do an Xbox like podcast. There's no point, but I will say this, there will be at least one more episode of Planet Xbox podcast. There will be at least one more episode. I don't know.
Talking about what?
We have to close it out correctly because it just stopped. And I think impartial to me being like so butthurt, like I couldn't give myself the energy to do like a podcast, so we just abruptly like stopped. I just never picked it back up. But I owe the people who used to watch the podcast at least one more episode of that podcast, unless Xbox does something miraculous this year and warrants a content following. So
they got a lot of games coming out though.
Yeah, the one thing Xbox has done in the last 3 years, which is it's insane, right, is that they consistently been releasing quality games, and it's just insane. So up prior to when Xbox was competing with PlayStation, what was the thing? They had no games.
No games. That's a fact.
Now that they got the games, they're no longer competing with PlayStation. So it's like it's a hard time. It's crazy because in this console war and Xbox doing what they do exposed a lot of us, exposed a lot of content creators, exposed a lot of fanboys, because the console war was never about the games. It's always been about the brand, the platform, and the ecosystem. And then the games was just the bonuses that we used as weapons, as ammo. If we thought if our games were contending, if they were better, if they were selling, if they looked the best, that came with it. But at the end of the day, it was the platform. And reason why I'm saying that is because now Sony can't light a candle to Xbox as far as game publishing, but Xbox is essentially irrelevant, which is insane. They're publishing games out the woo-ha, but they're irrelevant. So it's a weird space.
I think PlayStation still has the better games though, in my opinion. If you ask me, I mean, a lot of the games that Xbox is releasing are either like already established IPs, and then
not true.
The South of Midnight was a new IP, which was
Avowed was also a new IP,
which was an what I'm getting at is that they're releasing these okay games, but they're just releasing a lot of games. Like Xbox is still on a game of the year slump, and it's been like that for a good 10 years.
Yeah. I don't buy into that anymore, only because the game I don't buy into that whole game of the year thing like that, because this was like the first year I think where my game of the year and the actual game of the year actually matched. Like, I'm trying to think. Well, wait,
it's still not an Xbox game though.
It's not, no, but I don't really that wasn't a big deal at that point. I mean, and the thing is, but people also forget that in 2021 the Xbox did have a nominee, and they just overlooked it, which was Psychonauts 2. It lost a fucking It Takes Two. Okay. Like nobody ever gives that like any sort of credit or merit.
Didn't Xbox buy them that year?
No, they bought them 3 years prior.
3 years prior. Okay.
Yeah, they bought them the same time they bought Obsidian or. Well,
I remember like it was the PlayStation community who crowdfunded that game, right?
It wasn't that it was a PlayStation community. It was being crowdfunded to release on PlayStation, and when Xbox came through and they bought it, and then obviously it was like, all right, we're making this game. They had to release it on PlayStation because the crowdfunding was a crowdfunding. They already collected money from people who were pretty much buying it. So that's why it never natively released on the PS5. It natively released on the PS4. It natively released on the PS4, but it launched on like Series X, S, and PC and Xbox One. But yeah, that game was nominated. Nobody gives it credit. Deathloop was nominated, and I don't give. And even though Deathloop was
come on, man,
I don't claim it. I don't claim it, but I do claim Psychonauts 2, and that was I think that was in my game of the year. But I really loved it. 2021 was an amazing year for video games. I
like Psychonauts 2 also.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
It was a pretty fun game.
Yeah. Like I still say they're in this slump, man. Like man.
I think PlayStation games get nominated by default because looking at this year,
win too though.
Huh?
Like they won 2020.
Okay, that's fair. With the last what's 2020? Last of Us 2, right?
That's what's
that's fine. Yep.
They won 2024 with Astrobot.
That was stupid. I think that was just like PlayStation. You didn't do nothing for us, but we're gonna give you the game of the year. Like.
And then 2018 they won with God of War.
That was fair. I thought Spider-Man or God of War could have won that. That was fair.
And then this was the only year. I mean, I don't say that Death Stranding 2 is a PlayStation game anymore because they don't own the IP anymore. But if you include Death Stranding, they've had a continued streak of either being nominated or winning Game of the Year.
Yeah,
since this generation has started, since 2020.
That's fine, but the thing is that the thing is that about PlayStation, when they release, they'll release a game. Yeah, the game would be good, but I don't think the one or two games that they release for an entire year is, in my opinion, isn't better than the several other games that I've got to enjoy that year. And I didn't even touch Ghost or Death Stranding 2 because I didn't like their predecessors. So I was like, I wasn't going to even buy the sequels at this point because I didn't like Ghost of Tsushima, and I didn't like Death Stranding. So there was no interest. I wasn't going to buy those because I was like, I already had experience that those games sold relatively well. They were established, so they're not going to change those games much because they were successful. So if I don't like the formula of those games, I'm not going to like the formula of their the sequel. So that's why I didn't opt to even play any of them. And this year I think PlayStation's putting out Saros, which is soon.
Saros.
That's going to be another like Returnal-esque sort of scenario. Yep. And then
that's a skip for me. I didn't like Returnal.
So really?
Saros is a skip. Yeah.
And then you got Wolverine, which that's probably going to be the first game I turn on a PlayStation 4, and since Lego Horizon. I think that's the last game I attempted to play on my PlayStation was Lego Horizon Adventures.
Yeah, but the thing is that Wolverine could be better than every Xbox game that come out.
I doubt it. And
it's a strong
IP. So here's the thing. What if all right, so what would make Wolverine like what would they have to do to this Wolverine? What do you think makes Wolverine like, oh, sure shot, this is going to be the best game of 2026? Like, what think about what Insomniac has done with Spider-Man. People may not want to admit it, but we've already grown tired of Spider-Man. And it's only been 2.5 games. Spider-Man 2 was not popping the way Spider-Man 2018 and even Miles Morales was. People were not feeling Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Because the thing is now we know they're gonna use the same DNA with Wolverine. Sure, it's gonna be more violent, and they have a chance to tell a better story with Wolverine because it's more mature. So I give it that. So I'm definitely there's interest there. But do I think my thing is it's like when they make these, they have a good way of like delivering, making these games more, personified and making them ultra cinematic and stuff like that. But what do you see? What potential do you see in Wolverine that says, you know what, this has a chance to be in the upper echelons of PlayStation's best?
I think it just got to click on all fronts. The gameplay, the story. I mean, the visuals is going to be there. I think if that gameplay hit, I think it's going to, because the reason, in my opinion, the reason why Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 2 didn't hit so much is because of the combat. I think they put too much emphasis on the gadgets and less on hand-to-hand combat, and I think that the lack of a traditional combo system in Spider-Man, I think that really hurt that game. But so I think Wolverine is going to make up for what Spider-Man lacked in the hand-to-hand combat, and it's going to be visceral, right? It's going to be bloody, decapitations and all that. So if they do that right and it doesn't get boring while playing the game, then I think it has a really strong chance to be between a 90 and a 92 on Metacritic.
On Metacritic, okay.
Yeah. But if they hit on all fronts, it can't be I don't want to say a copy and paste of Spider-Man, but it can't follow the formula of in terms of combat. I know Wolverine ain't got no damn gadgets, but Wolverine needs a proper combo system, in my opinion, right? So if they hit on that, then I think it's got a good chance to be one of the top games of the year for sure.
Okay. We're gonna take a quick break. Shout out to Emmanuel A1. He says for $5, Happy New Year, guys. Xbox is in a slump he said Xbox is in a slump after releasing 10 plus games, but PlayStation is committed to releasing one game per year. What the F is Dre talking about?
Oh, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Because you made the comment that Xbox is in a slump, so of Game of the Year contender. So he says Xbox is in a slump after releasing 10 plus games, but PlayStation is committed to releasing one game per year. What the F is Dre talking about? Because you said their games are better, and
it's called the concept of quality versus quantity. Good sir. You can release all the games you want, but if they ain't, you know what, man, a lot of people don't want to put merit on Game of the Years. Come on, man, let's be real. We all look forward to the Game of the Year. We all put some kind of merit to it. If Xbox ain't producing Game of the Year quality games, then what come on, man. What
yeah, but
exactly are we saying?
But that's okay. So in 2025, hold on. Let me. I'm gonna probably have to pull this up in such a way. Give me 2 seconds. Let me pull up the Xbox app. Because let's go. Let's see. So in 20, I wish there was the day one column. All right, cool. In 2025, Xbox release, and I have to give. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give them publishing credits because some of these games aren't first party, but they started off with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which was, I actually like that better than Ninja Gaiden 4. Ninja Gaiden 4, which we all wanted. They gave us Oblivion remake. They gave us South of Midnight. They gave us Avowed. They gave us Outer Worlds 2. They gave us Keeper, which I thought that was trash, but they still released that. Call of Duty, which is guaranteed every year. I feel like I'm still missing something. Holy shit. Gears. They gave us Gears Reloaded. Was there a Tony Hawk game that came out this year? Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake?
Was it 3 and 4?
Yeah.
Was that this year?
I think 3 and 4 was this year. What was it 2025? Damn. Yeah. And I'm not counting any of the ports that they did for play because they did a lot of ports for PlayStation this year as well. But all those games, I believe, all those games rated within the 80s. I think maybe one or two probably hit in the 70s, but most of those games rated, which when we look at games, most of the games we are consuming and enjoying and playing outside of the marquee games are rated what? 70s and 80s. Like we probably got more games that rated in the 7s or the 8s that we like a lot, like that we talk about a lot. I probably even, obviously outside of Expedition like 33, a lot of the other games that we touched this year, I don't even think touched like a 90. Or weren't even a Gotti nominated. For Silent Hill F, they wanted to give that was some people's game of the year. That I think that had landed in the mid 80s. So the thing is that sure they weren't 90 must plays or game of the year nominees, but they were good enough where they were quality games, and I feel like on some of the games that they released, and I feel like with Xbox, I feel like with their games sometimes, I feel like if this game had released in this particular year, it would have been nominated for game of the year. You know what I mean?
Which game?
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, so for example, I think you know what I mean? Oh man. I think personally, because I think if Avowed came out in 2024, it's a 2024 game of the year nominee. If Outer Worlds 2 comes out earlier or something like that, it's a game of the year nominee. Hell, like Expedition was such an anomaly that I feel like it knocked off some games potential. I feel like
Expedition is an industry plant. And I'm saying
no.
Expedition 33 is an industry plant. It is the game
of the generation, bro. Stop. This is a bad take.
Listen, man. This
is a bad take, man.
Here's my thing. Expedition doesn't do anything that another game hasn't done.
It just does it better.
No. However, it got so much praise as if it was the originator of all of the combat system of a story. Nah. Expedition is an industry plant. Then on top of that, come to find out, it's not even a real indie game. On top of that, they had what was it? A $10 million backing. Man, come on, man. Industry plant, brother. I'm telling you, dog.
Wait, is Joseph Fares games indie, or since his games get published by EA?
I'll say no. To me, independent is self-publishing. That's
no.
That's the definition of an independent.
Okay.
It's self-publishing. like using your own money to fund whatever, to fund your product. That is literally the definition of independent. If you got millions of dollars backing from a corporation, how can you be independent when you taking somebody else's money,
bro? Here's
industry. I'm telling you, industry plant. I'm telling you,
nah, man. This is the game of the generation. This is
no, it's not.
This is the game of the Xbox Series and PS5 generation, easily, hands down. There's nothing else.
This year is going to show how mid 2025 games were. And I'm telling you, and I know. Listen, GTA 6 is going to shit over every 2025 release game, brother. I'm just letting you know right now. 2026 is going to show everybody just how mid 2025 was.
Why? How? The crazy thing is going into 2025 was being touted as going to be the biggest year for games. I think 2025 delivered. It's just that there was just one game, just one darling that just dominated everything. I was just about to say, had it not been for Expedition, I feel like Chronos probably had a strong enough case to get itself a couple of nominations, because I felt like
my personal game of the year, by the way.
I think Bloober Team outdid themselves with that. You know what I mean? So you said Chronos is your personal game of the year for 2025?
My personal game of the year. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, E33, it's just, man, it is a good game. Don't get me wrong. It is a good game, but it is just so... E33 is the Eminem of the gaming of games, right?
How?
Because Eminem is a good rapper, but in my opinion, he is so overrated, and his fan base is nauseating, right? They think he can do no wrong. They think he's the best thing since Jesus Christ, right? E33, its fan base, prop that game up so much, like as if it can do no wrong, as if it originated the gameplay that it has. Like the story is just this amazing, beautiful painting of awesomeness, when it's just a typical grief story. I mean, come on, man. It's an industry plan, dog. I'm telling you. I am telling you.
I don't think so, bro. I think the right puzzles just fit at the right time. Remember, the lead dev came from Ubisoft, which is one of the most hated publishers for some reason, right? They a lot of talent. They got the dudes they found that did the music. They found off freaking SoundCloud. Like,
music is dope. I'm nothing taking away nothing from the music, because the music is fantastic. But other than that,
I just think. But I won't.
Real quick. Another thing, the Game Awards opened, never done before. Opened with the damn song from E33, man.
I'm telling you, what we witnessed at the Game Awards was a live, like a real life, like gamache happened. We watched a whole entire industry get gamoshed, and that's what they told us. I was like, oh yeah, it's a wrap. They ain't gonna do this if this game ain't getting Game of the Year, bro. So
if E33 was in, let's say E33 dropped in 2026,
okay, it still wins. I don't think Grand Theft Auto is not a guarantee.
Absolutely not.
Grand Theft Auto is not a guaranteed Game of the Year, though. Like, it's sure it's going to be extremely popular. It's going to sell, but I think personally, I don't got the greatest hopes or the greatest expectations for Grand Theft Auto. No, is it gonna deliver? Yes, it's gonna be great, but I feel like something's going to fall short. Whether it be the game, whether it be the sales, whether it be the reception, it's gonna be something that falls short because the wait was too long.
Has never missed.
I don't think the wait. Yes, GTA freaking
GTA has never missed. Never.
GTA 4, in my opinion.
I mean, it's probably the weakest. I say it's the weakest one out of the 3D GTAs, but they never miss, dog, with GTA. Never.
I mean, it's hard to miss when you make a game once every 15 years.
They don't miss, man. GTA 6 is man. Listen, I'm in the gym I've been in the gym consistently for the past 3 days because I got to play GTA 6, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm getting my health right, getting my body right, so I can be here for November 19th or whatever that date was. That's how that man. If I missed GTA 6, I would tell God, bro. I would be so pissed. I'm like, you had to take me away before GTA, man. That's crazy. But yeah, I think if E33 landed in 2026, I think it's still a good game, but I don't even think it gets nominated.
Okay, all right.
If the games of 2026 hit the way we hope they do,
all right,
like
all right. Question.
Resident Evil 9.
Good. Good thing you bring that up, right? So far, from what we know from 2026, there's usually 6. Name me 6 guarantees that you think this is your 6 guarantees that are nominees for Game of the Year. If they hit how we expect them to hit.
You got GTA, you got Wolverine, you got I just said Resident Evil 9, potentially the blood. What is it called? The Blood of Dawn Walker. I think that's the name of it. It's a vampire game from some of the creators of Witcher 3 though.
That's just at best of 79, bro.
Nah, come on, man.
Book it. That's not going to be 2026 darling. But go ahead, my bad. But I'll give you.
I'm not going to say it's a darling, but you got potentially Gears. You got potentially Onimusha.
Mm-hmm.
You got. I'm not going to say Pragmata, even though I could enjoy Pragmata a lot.
Pragmata, yeah.
You got 007. You got Fable. You got. Halo is not.
No, I wouldn't nominate that. It's like an Oblivion attempt, essentially.
You got Crimson Desert, man. Listen, man, I'm telling you, bro. 2026 is just going to show how mid 2025 was. If these games hit,
I don't think 2025 was mid, though. I really don't think 2025 was mid. I think
one game that took over the whole year, one game.
Yeah, hey, I was happy. I was happy that one thing. You know why? Because it was one game that won. Because you remember back when Game Pass first came out, right? Or when Game Pass started hitting its stride, people said, "Oh, there's no good games in it. It doesn't get like the big games and stuff." Mm-hmm. That was the ultimate game of the year, and it was day and date on Game Pass, bro. So it's like it's an unnecessary like credit to give to like Xbox, but it put.
I don't get no credit for that.
It allows this is the inner Xbox fan in me coming like, hey, you can do the same thing. You know what I mean? If you want exposure, you could do the same thing. But because who was premiering that game? That game premiered on the Xbox stage. Then it premiered at the Xbox Direct, and then come on, like I give them credit for that. I give them founders fee credit, bro. That's a founders fee.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't I think Clair Obscur was easily game of the year for 2025. The games I did like, you know what I mean? There was games like Atomfall, I think was a game that, punched above its weight, thought it was good. South of Midnight, I felt like got slighted. It had, to me, in my opinion, South of Midnight had the second best soundtrack of gaming in 2025, and it wasn't even nominated. And that's where I'm kind of like looking at.
South of Midnight definitely had a good soundtrack. Yeah, I remember talking to you about it, where it was like the music was like intertwining with what was happening with the gameplay. Yeah. It was fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely. I might have to run that game back, honestly. Yeah. I thought, hey, I got another one for you, bro. This is gonna sound funny from the Xbox side of me. I thought Avowed was a better game than Outer Worlds 2.
Okay.
I don't know if you played both of them or
I played Outer Worlds 2. I think I told you how I felt about that game too. It just felt way too much like the first one. And I'm the
It was
type
the
of
first
person.
game with better graphics and a more serious tone.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm the type of person that I like for my sequels to feel different from the first game. I know a lot of people, don't really harp on that too much because because it is a sequel, but I'm one who likes for sequels to feel different from the first game. So
I'm gonna say this.
that one just felt too similar.
I
to
don't
the first
know if
game.
I felt like it felt similar because I feel like it had its. The thing is, I like the characters better in Outer Worlds 1. I like
Absolutely.
the companions much better. There's there's nobody in your camp like that's comparable to the Parvati and anybody that was there. Like I literally enjoyed that crew. This crew, like
they were just kind of like copies of, because they tried to make Inez like Parvati. They tried to make Tristan like Max. Max was the what he was like not the priest guy, but damn it, I forgot what his title was.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I see. I bet you want to go back and freaking play that.
Yeah.
Shit, but
I forgot what his title was. Not
question.
I can't remember.
The one thing I didn't like was old boy like I forget the guy that it was his name Mac. What's the guy that you start with that he's your
Niles.
Was he like gay?
I don't think so.
Did you play his quest line? Did you finish his quest line?
Are you talking about because of him in the no disrespect, but him in the Chinese character?
Yeah. Like bro, because I didn't like the way these conversations were going. It just made me feel it was the most uncomfortable quest line. I was like, why does this dude have? I've never felt a way like the way it. You gotta think about the emotions and the way he talked about like how he did this person. You would think I thought he was talking about a woman or something like that, or a love. You know who they did?
Yeah, I don't know, but I thought he had like some kind of crush on. I'm sorry, and this is spoilers on anybody who hadn't played it. On Augustine. I mean, I know her story don't go the way, but I thought he would have like some kind, or maybe it could have been like maybe he was just like starstruck or something with Augustine. But I thought that he could have been on that side.
Yeah. Like I feel like they kept trying to hint. They did the same thing in Avowed with the little freaking blue alien dude too. But yeah, no. Other than that, because I was kind of pissed. I was renting the attic, and this is gonna sound extremely like I was like, why do you gotta make the black dude questionable?
Black dude,
like why? Like of all these other people and NPCs in this game, why he got to be the one that has to have that question mark? You know what I mean? You could have chose everyone. You got to put both your quotas into one person. You can't. You can't. It's like, you know what I mean? You got to put both of them into one person. You can't just like no. You like. Give us a break. Like I'd rather you not put us in a game. like I don't understand.
I didn't get that notion, but he could have been.
Play that quest line again. It's gonna make you feel. Now after I told you that, either watch that quest line and you'll start to feel a little bit uncomfortable about it.
I do want to run it back, but they haven't.
They're gonna have a new. Yeah. So Obsidian is probably not releasing a game in 2026. So what's going to happen is, in 2026, they're going to add. No, they're gonna add replayability to these games. Like Avowed still needs this new game plus. I'm waiting for that. I already started on like a second character on an Avowed. Usually when I have to start a second character, I play the game a lot slower than I initially did. Same thing with Outer Worlds 2 is like I uninstalled it. I was like, I'll wait till they update. After I beat it, I was like, I'll wait till they update it and I'll try to get like a new game plus. But they're gonna be doing like some content that allows replayability, because I don't think they're releasing. Shout out to Obsidian. I feel like their Xbox's Insomniac at the rate that they've been putting out games. They're guaranteed to give you like they literally did 3 games in 2025. They did. Oh, that's the 11th game, Grounded 2. Forgot about that.
Everybody did.
Yeah,
everybody did.
Grounded 2, which like they did in the span of time that these guys released games in. So yeah, they had all the games that they released since they've been acquired by Xbox was They had released since they've been acquired by Xbox, they released The Outer Worlds, they released Grounded 1, they've released Pentiment, they released Avowed, Grounded 2, and Outer Worlds 2. That's 6 games in less than and they got acquired in 2018. That's 6 games in like a 7-year span. That's incredible. Like, but yeah, but no, they had a good year. 3 of those games coming out in 2025. And they were all relatively good, in my opinion. So like I make it like I've been turned into an Obsidian fan. I've actually quite a few games from them under my belt. I think I'm
speaking. I'm sorry. I know you might get to the super chat, but speaking of like in that realm, right? So I started, and this is going to TV shows. I started watching Fallout. Right. I'm on episode 2, but I didn't watch it when everybody else watched it because I'm not into Fallout, and I was like, man, this is gonna be whack. You know, I'm not gonna be feeling this. But first episode was fantastic.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh
yeah,
my
I got through season 1. I didn't get to
okay. And then the second episode is pretty good too. But that first episode, what I like about this show is that it feels like a video game.
Yeah.
Like it was this part in episode 2 where the chick, Lucy, where she walked into like a store, and you can see the inventory like behind glass the way it would be in like a fucking video game. I was like, that is dope, bro. Like just little stuff like that. It was all, man. So I'm gonna finish episode 2 tonight. I damn near might finish the whole season like between tonight and tomorrow, man. Because I'm hooked. That was a so far so good, man. I hope it gets better.
No,
as the episodes go on.
They did a good job, and they're doing a good job taking advantage of the hype with the show. I think I respect like movies and shows, right, that are based off video games that actually play into the video games like world, like you know what I mean. So that's why I respected, you know, games like why I respected movies like Minecraft or respected Five Nights at Freddy's. Is like I may not be the biggest fan, but it's doing its fans a justice to the lore and finding like, oh boom, that was connected to this game, or that was like, you know what I mean. So that's so in Fallout, and the crazy thing about Fallout, and this is probably the easiest, you know, show or movie to do IP. So Elder Scrolls or Fallout is kind of easy to do because it's not like based off like characters, it's just the world. So you can throw your own characters into the world and make it make sense, and that's why it's a lot easier. It's easier for them to do a Fallout than what they can do with a Halo or a Last of Us, because there's a chance you can fuck those shits up. There's an opportunity to fuck Fallout up, but they didn't. They knocked it out the park. It had the right reference. It had everything going. Because at the end of the day, how I view Fallout, the show, is how I would view like another game they would do, because you don't know who the character. Your character is your character. You know what I mean? And everything is it just makes sense. But they have proper times. They just did a good job with that.
Yeah, it is dope. And man, it like these first 2 episodes is better than every episode in The Last of Us Part 2 and season 2. Yeah, it's great. So I can't wait to continue watching that.
Absolutely. Shout out to Emmanuel A1 again. He says salute for the Crackdown 3 gameplay. Super fun game with the best open world I've ever seen so far. Oh yeah, he's pissing people off. Speaking of, I'm gonna throw on another game. I just wanted like something to let me see what else I got in the meantime. But Dre, like how many games did you end up getting through this year?
This was a slow year for me too, because I remember last year I beat like 50 games last year.
Damn.
This year I only beat 20. Let me pull it up here. I beat 27 games this year, which
damn. So all right, so
it's a low
that
year.
was a lot more than you said. 27 this year is a low year.
Yeah.
Nah. You know what I did? All right. So I did this calculation in my mind, right? I said as an adult, right, with kids, which you are and you have, and you have a full-time job. I feel like to still have your gaming card and have a right balance of life in video games, work, and still hold on to your video game card, you only really need to have 12 games beat for the
12
year.
games. Okay.
Yeah, one game a month is good enough.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I did. I think I ended with 13, and I think I snuck control and wow, to reconnecting with you, I snuck control in that again. But 27, all right, so you can easily come up with like your, like what you say, maybe your, were they off from 2025 or
no. Okay. No. I think like maybe 6 or 7 were from 2025.
All right, so if 6 or 7 was from 2025, then I give me five best games of 2025 from what you've played.
Okay, we got Chronos: The New Dawn.
Okay.
Okay, so Chronos, we got. I'm gonna put this as an overall package because the single player wasn't all that, but the multiplayer it was. So I got Battlefield 6.
Okay.
Dying Light: The Beast.
Okay.
I'm putting South of Midnight in there. I really enjoyed that game. I really enjoyed the story that it told. I'm not putting Adamfall. I'm not putting Expedition in there. Nope. I'm not putting Expedition in there.
That really sounds like a hate, bro. Like I don't know what is.
Nope, I'm not putting it. So, Chronos, Dying Light, Battlefield, South of Midnight, Adamfall. Yep.
Okay.
I ain't. Yep.
All right.
What you got?
I got so. If had I finished Silent Hill F in time, I think it would have been a part of that list because it is a decent game. I think it's better than the Silent Hill 2 remake, which I'm also playing. But for some reason, it takes me like longer to get through like horror and thriller games.
Horror game.
Yeah. Like a lot longer. Like I have to take like breaks before I like intake that stress. But if I had to give you 5, I can probably do 10.
Okay.
I can probably do 10, but definitely, well, one, Expedition 33 is game of the year. That's definitely for me the best one. I'm going to a happy second for me would be I'm gonna say Avowed, South of Midnight, Adamfall was one of my favorites, and Chronos: The New Dawn. So I mean, I played obviously the Outer Worlds 2 were great. Ninja Gaiden, I played and beat, but I wasn't feeling it as much as I was feeling the remake of Ninja Gaiden like 2.
Ninja Gaiden, yeah.
And but as far as like, but yeah, no, those were like I walked away most impressed by. I walked away very impressed, obviously, by Claire Obscure. Chronos, I was extremely surprised, and I've been, really messing with Bloober Team because I remember this back in the day, the Medium. I was like, yo, I'm fucking with the Medium.
Yep, you sure was.
So I like it was just like, yo. So I was like, okay, this is like, let's see how much they improve from there because you got to think about the Medium was an improvement or an evolution of what they were doing with like Observer and Layers of Fear and shit like that, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those are like particular games. This was them stepping out and actually, but it still had those elements of Observer and Layer of Fear like mixed in with mixed in with the medium and whatnot. And then, you know, Konami gave them a shot with Silent Hill. They did it.
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2, they did a good job with that. And it kind of made sense because the medium seemed inspired by Silent Hill, old school Silent Hill. And then when they were doing Chronos, I was like, all right, finally, because I like my third person action, I like my third person shooting, and I was like, they can't mess it up. And then it was inspired by Dead Space. I was a little bit concerned that it was inspired by Dead Space, but the last game that was inspired by Dead Space, I loved more than Dead Space, and that was Callisto Protocol. So I was like, yo, if they're able to do this right, and they did a big up job, bro.
They did a great job with Chronos. They sure did. Yeah, like man, and you hit it. If you like Dead Space, you're pretty much going to like Chronos, and they did a good job. I would still pick Dead Space over Chronos. Yeah. But Chronos is one of the good clones of a Dead Space type game. And the story was really good. It has a really good twist in the game that at first I didn't see coming, but you know, as time went on, I thought it was something else, but then it turned out to be something else. So I thought that was pretty good.
Did you? When you were playing through Chronos, did the end finally convince you what it was, or did you kind of see what happened? Did it start to click with you? This might be what's going on.
By the end, yeah. Once that reveal happened, then you know, it was pretty much, you know, smooth sailing. Everything was clicking after that. So yeah. But really good story. I hope it did well, and they can either make a sequel. Yeah. But last thing I seen, it only did 500,000. But maybe that's enough.
Depending on the budget, that could be enough. You know what I mean? Freaking the dude from that made the game, Thomas Was Alone, that game sold probably less than that, but he was able to get a Lambo, you know, with it. So you know what I mean? So this is but I would say about that now question, because the thing is, I've also started a new game plus on that because there is multiple endings on that game. I think I picked the better ending. I want to see through the next ending. The only thing is that some of those encounters were stressed out. The last fight stressed me out. Like I spent I have an 8-hour stream on my channel of and I had to get. I was like, wait, I've been streaming for 8 hours. I gotta stop. Like
that last fight. What made it wasn't difficult, but what made it so frustrating is the limited ammo.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, come on. And it went on for
it went on long. Yeah, too long, because once you feel like you got him, and then you got that third phase. Like I was about to cry. I was like, yo, this shit ain't done. And but there is like a weapon that you can get that rushes through, I think, the first phase, because it's like almost like a one shot. But you can only get 2 bullets of it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I went through that game primarily. I mean, I used other weapons, but primarily I upgraded the pistol.
Yeah.
As my primary weapon. That's the gun I upgraded to the max.
You want to know what I was doing? I think how was I prioritizing my game? I was prioritizing. It was weird. I think I was prioritizing like inventory space, resources and inventory space, and then I had to focus on like health and shit like last, because it was like, because when you want to loot, you want to be able to carry the shit, like like, you know what I mean. So I think they had a smart system in place, and that's why I definitely respected that. I thought, graphically they did their thing. The story was dope, good. And they had a smart system and a gameplay loop that worked. Like I said, they could have. You could tell when the budget came in, because you fought like the same sort of type of boss, maybe 3 or 4 times before you finally get to a different boss, which happens to be the final, the final boss. But I like how they did a couple things, because it was like a puzzle to it, right? You have to blow something up and shoot off these parts and stuff like that. It was decent. I don't mind playing it again, but but now since I'm playing it, I got to like a certain part faster than I anticipated, but then I had to come to like a halt because I know I'm getting to some of the parts of the game that frustrated me the first time, and I have no ammo, so I just like,
boy.
But they need to come up with like a Resident Evil mode. You know how like after you beat a Resident Evil, or even if you buy it, you buy like certain packs, you get like a limited like ammo and whatnot.
Okay.
If they have that, I think they should give you that after you beat the game the first time, and then kind of make you like give you the option to play as like Iron Man and that bitch, like not the actual character, but like to be like sort of like let's like the full potential. Let me run through this and just get to that other ending and whatnot. But no, shout out to Bloober Team. Yeah, they did a good job with Chronos.
Good job, yes.
And shout out to the 40 people that came through. Let us know what you think of the show. I'm trying to be consistent here, and as I mentioned earlier, I do owe you guys another episode of Planet Xbox podcast. So
speaking of that, I want to ask you, because I was watching you and Addict's video on the most recent video about
next generation.
The next year, yeah. And y'all were talking about that. Y'all don't think that the current gen that what y'all say, either the games hasn't utilized the
I don't think all the systems been tapped out. I don't think so.
Tapped out as far as like, okay, so my question is, because I was trying to figure out what did y'all mean by that, and I came to the conclusion like, okay, maybe y'all just talking like just visuals, right? Like graphically, but because I was like, well, this generation was touted as, okay, faster load times, okay, we got that, 3D audio, we got that, higher frame rates, we got that, right? Ray tracing, we got that. So like I was trying to figure out I'm like, okay, well, what is it that y'all don't think these consoles have been missing? Like what's missing?
It's not that. So my thing is, I guess how I can say this is that I don't feel like we've seen the maximum potential of a PlayStation 5 or a Series X, and I don't know what can they do for a next generation console. What will next generation do really that's going to be that warrants a new generation of consoles? Okay, and at the cost that they're going to.
What didn't they deliver this generation that's making y'all think like that?
Okay, I can tell you this, right? So this generation was highly reliant on super sampling and like resolution like cheats, like FSR or other shit like that. We're still getting low resolutions, like we're not getting proper 4K 60 FPS. I don't think we've seen a game that says, "Oh, welcome to next generation." The game I want to say, the game I would actually give credit to, you're gonna like would be Expedition 33. I mean, so as far as visual, sure, all right. There has been a couple games that says "Welcome to next generation." Hellblade 2, I give them that for delivering a game of that that looks like that's playable. But some people's complaint is it's hardly a game, right? It's a tech demo that you can walk and
make it play.
You can play a playable tech demo. So so now it's like my thing is, but those games are few and far between. There's not a lot of those games that are delivering on a graphical front like that, and also delivering on the performance front with that at the same time. And we haven't seen anything. Did we even get things that they were showing off in that UE5 demo or the Enter the Matrix? Remember those? We got the UE5 demo. Remember that PlayStation demo? Oh, this is playable in PlayStation 5. You didn't get shit that look like there's games that sort of try to imitate that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't get the Matrix. The closest thing I feel like we got to the Matrix is RoboCop. Like it's so that's why I feel like when you show me a tech demo of something with something capable, I feel like, all right, that is what I expect to see normalized during this generation. Right. And I feel like we haven't gotten there, bro. I feel like a lot of games that we've played in the 5 years these consoles have been out, I feel like hey, if I didn't know any better, and let's say I was in prison for 5 years, like I went in the middle of the PS4 Xbox One generation came out, and I went and I saw my cousins playing these games on new Xbox stuff, I would assume they were still playing on the PS4 and the Xbox One. That's pretty much how I the way to summarize it. But I just feel like I feel like and the reason why I also say that is because right now, currently, they just released a PS5 Pro that has not, unless that console was a lie, they definitely haven't tapped into that, because the Series X has been consistently being able to punch its weight against that shit, which means they're just finally optimizing for Xbox. In that case, if the Series X is actually now finally consistently beating out PS5, but also throwing blows with the PS5 Pro. I thought I was kind of impressed with that. I was like, okay, but then at that point, the PS5 Pro still is clearly the most powerful. That hasn't been tapped to. Everybody's jumping straight to the pisser, and that's why we're getting like mixed reactions, because they're not optimizing for better graphics. They're like, hey, we're going to treat this shit like DLSS, and it's just not working out that way.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. With what you said, I'm still leaning that y'all are meaning visuals. Like, we haven't seen
visuals and performance.
Really. Mm-hmm. You don't think like this generation was touted as 60 frames, 120 frames, right?
Yeah, we got those, but we were getting
we got those.
So, all right, the biggest part about that, like that smoke screen, is that we were getting that shit on PS4 and Xbox One games. If you consider like all the games that you gotta think about how much cross-gen games we got.
Yeah, but I think majority of last gen was 30 frames though.
No. Yeah, that's fine. No, most of last gen was 30 frames, but the thing is, we've got 60. That promise of higher frame rates was easy because they were running PS4 and Xbox One games on better hardware. So they were a lot stronger. Now, I'm not downplaying the power of this is the reason why I don't think we need next gen consoles yet, because I'm not downplaying the power of the PS5 and the Series X. I think they're reputable consoles. They're giving us what we want in 60 and 120 frames, and some of them being able to do like 4K and whatnot. I feel like that's enough, because I don't feel like there's a next generation of graphics in our faces yet. Only thing that's happened, think about it, just look at where PC is headed. Only thing that is improved is upscaling and ray tracing. I don't know what this next generation of graphics going. We're not getting, unless we get like a new form of metahuman or some shit like that. Like I don't see the vision.
Like Doom the Dark Ages, I think is a great like a next gen. You don't think so?
No. And I don't know how it won best graphics, because it's not that it's a bad looking game, but that's not like it. I don't see what makes that game like stand out as like this is the best, like one of the best looking games. Wow, it does ray tracing properly and is able to do ray tracing on like relatively weak hardware. So what? You know what I mean? That's what they're giving credit to. It's not that it's like it's doing like, oh my God. Like, you know, I was more impressed with, believe it or not, I was more impressed with Indiana Jones, in my opinion.
Another great looking game. Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding 2, yeah, but
game.
The thing about Death Stranding 2,
Ratchet and Clank. You know what I mean?
But the thing about Death Stranding 2, I don't this is probably a poor choice of words, because I was gonna say I don't really appreciate Death Stranding 2, because Death Stranding 1 looked awesome, and I don't know if Death Stranding 2 looks that much better than Death Stranding 1. I think Death Stranding 1, if that's peak PS4 gen graphics, right? But that became common Xbox Series and PS5 graphics, because they don't look too far apart. Ghost of Yote, I don't think that shit looked too much better than Ghost of Tsushima, and that's isn't that PS5? So that's not even cross gen.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2, I don't think it, like, they did Spider-Man Remastered, right? That was our first taste of what Spider-Man would look like on the PlayStation 5. And Spider-Man 2, in my opinion, this is going to sound, but I thought Spider-Man 2 took a visual hit back. They had to do some updates. And same thing.
You think so?
Yeah. Horizon Forbidden West. Remember, that shit was not the... We saw the vision if you played at 30 FPS. It took them a lot of updates to get like a clean image at 60 FPS.
Yeah, for Forbidden West looks
it definitely looks fantastic. But like, if you want to play in performance mode, this shit was ashy as hell. So people were opting.
Yeah, when it first launched. Yeah,
people were opting for like the 30 FPS mode and whatnot. So that's what the thing is like a lot of games that we're claiming that looks great and awesome. I don't think they look that much better than their predecessors. The only game that had like a true leap over its predecessor was Hellblade.
I think Rift Apart looks a hell of a lot better than 2016.
Well, damn, it's damn near 10 years. It was no, it was 10 years. At that point, it was 6 years. But no, Rift Apart was a great looking game. It was awesome. It was like, you know what I mean? Even for that time, I haven't booted up the matter of fact, that's on PC right now, right?
It is on PC.
I might have to PlayStation need to do better sales on PC because I feel like they're giving us these cheap ass console like sales where they're only taking $10-15 off. That's not enough, bro. Yeah. That is not enough. That's
why I haven't even played Yote or Death Stranding because I'm hoping that they get what the hell? I'm hoping they come out. I know Yote might not come out next year. I'm hoping Death Stranding 2 come out next year on PC.
Death Stranding 2 might be coming out this year sooner. It probably.
I'm sorry. It's 2020. I meant to say this year.
Yeah, I think that's probably coming out within the next 3 months. Tops. It's like they got to stop. Honestly, like they got to stop this timed exclusive bullshit.
I agree. They just need to go ahead and do a day and date and get it over with. Like
you got no competition.
It's it. I mean,
it's dead. Console the console war is dead. You have literally there's nothing to lose. You're not going to lose. There's nothing to lose. Just release this. This is the question I have for you now, right? Because we're in a weird situation with next generation being potentially delayed, which I think it is because you can't. Because how much of they released a console in 2026 in this climate where a Series X is at minimum 600, maximum 800, and a PS5. I don't even know how much the PS5 is right now, but it's somewhere between 550 to 750 between the PS5 and the PS5 Pro.
And PS5 Pro, yeah.
And the Switch is $550 itself too as well. Some dumb shit like that. So I think a Switch is $500 or a Switch 2. I think it's Switch 2 is $449 or $499. It's one or the other.
Something like that.
So my thing is, the console prices they've only gone up, and then they just raised the price of RAM, and they're raising prices of 50 series card. I think 5090 just went up like another $1,500. I don't know how they got away with doing that shit. So so my thing is, it's like, okay, where are these consoles supposed to come out and launch at? You know, it ain't like they're gonna have any exclusive. You can't sell $1,000 console and make it exclusive for it. No, because that shit ain't going. You're gonna sell 2 copies of that fucking game. You know what I mean? You gotta do a packing. You know what I mean? And charge that, add it to the price of the console. That's the only way, because there's no way with the console. If a console was a brand new console to release, that has to be at least 4 times the power of the PS5 and the Series X, right? That's what it has to do, because otherwise that's not enough of a leap. If you do fucking like 2 times or 1.5 times, it's not enough of a leap. And so if it has to do that, then it probably would need to be double the price, nearly double the price. You were looking at minimum $1,000, $1,200, up to $1,500. Look at the price of like the Rogue Ally X and these, bro. The freaking the Steam, this new Steam machine console.
Steam machine.
Yo, they announced the price, but I guarantee you that shit's gonna be somewhere between $700 to $800, and it's weaker than the Series X and the PS5. Like that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, if they sell that for like $1,200.
Here, I know the crowd cat. All right, go ahead. Say that again.
I was like, if they sell a Steam machine at like $1,200, you might as well just build a
Just
whole
build a fucking
desktop.
PC. It's not even it's not point because the thing is the Steam Machine is going to be, but based on the specs, it's going to be like literally it's a consoleized Steam Deck. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a consoleized Steam Deck, and that's not enough. Like I would not like choose that. So when I saw that, I was like, man, this is interesting. I'm intrigued by this. Could I look at this and would this replace my Xbox? And then the two factors I have to consider. If this thing is anything more than $500, I can't buy it because it's not going to do like, sure, you can play, PC games and whatnot. You can probably get higher. You can guarantee yourself 60 FPS or better in most games, but you're going to be playing at shitty resolutions and stuff like that. Because it's a fixed hardware. It's anti-PC. It's literally anti-PC, but with the flexibility of the PC. And so that's what is. So I was looking at that as an option. And I was like, nah, it's not going to make any sense. You know what I mean? So, and that's when I turned to like just build a PC. I was going to wait until see what Xbox is doing, but after the whole thing with the RAM and shit started coming out, I'm like, yeah, ain't no way they're going to be able to release a console. They're not going to be able to release a console with all this. With all.
How long do you think this price is going to last on this RAM? Like how long you think
until the AI bubble pops? Like there's too many companies.
No, that ain't happening.
Yeah, so
that
too many
AI is going nowhere.
No, it's not that it goes. It needs to like. There has to be some sort of control because the thing is everybody's jumping in and trying to get their shit. Like every industry wants to have some form of AI, and what AI needs to power is the shit that we got built in our PCs. And Nvidia is looking at us like, yo, these consumers, these elitists, these master race PC, they're looking at them as chopped liver. There's like, why, keep producing these cars, selling them somewhere between, they would sell cars from anywhere from what, $500 to $1,200 if we can get $3,000 from like a business per if we start doing this wholesale to companies who are buying this stuff in bulk. They're buying this shit in bulk. So now, first they were serving both. Now they're more so catering because it's like, yo, it's not enough. That's why they're not going to be producing as much. That's why I bought my shit when I did, because I was like, by the time I actually decide to jump on it, it's going to be way too expensive. And so I say that to say this. For those who bought a Series X and the PlayStation 5 in 2020 from 2020 to 2023, keep that shit. Keep it, hold on to it because it's worth a lot of money now, and you got the best value. I got the best. That's why I can't really justify. I can't get rid of my Xbox because shit's $500. And it was $500 when I bought it, but I could probably sell it for how much I bought it for.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I was like, if worst comes to worst, and I feel like I need to come up with something, I could probably flip it for $500.
Probably. Xbox, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, bro.
You might not be able to flip no Xbox. I don't think nobody want an Xbox.
Bro, nobody want an Xbox, but yeah, somebody's buying them suckers from $600 to $800 for them to be elite. Their sales is down, double digits, right? But they're still actually selling them. Somebody's buying them somewhere, and they're buying them at these crazy ass prices. So it may not be at the rate of what PlayStation is selling their consoles are at. Of course not, but some fool is still buying it. But man, it's like this generation. Like I said, I don't mind if this generation extends longer, but
I don't either. Honestly, I don't mind if it stretches out a little bit. Hell, we haven't got a proper game from Naughty Dog at all this generation.
Oh yeah, yo,
like
yeah. By the time, their game's gonna be ready at the end of the generation. So
yeah,
a couple things. This is what a couple things. This is my wish list that needs to happen, right? One, that's why this is the only reason I brought this up because what does Rockstar do with Grand Theft Auto? Because it's almost impossible for them to sell as much as GTA 5. Sure, they're going to sell a lot, but remember, there's not a lot. It's not like this generation is very small as far as users. You know what I mean? And if there's a couple factors, Xbox is effectively dead, so they're pretty much, that's going to be a small pot of people. You're going to sell it there, but that's a small pot of people. PlayStation is going to be your biggest pot. does it make sense for Rockstar to really wait on a PC? And because if I'm Rockstar at this point, looking at the landscape, I got to get as much people as I possibly can up front, because there's not going to be the same amount. So what they were able to do with GTA 5, right? It launched towards the end of the PS3 and 360 generation that summer. Sold a lot. Then they were able to relaunch the shit again in November of 14, right? Was it 2014? It wasn't the launch year. It was a year after the one in PS4 came out. And and then that became the best selling for the rest of the generation. It was the best selling damn game. Yeah. And then flipped it again for this year, right? So they flipped it again. So they were able to. Now, can you do that in this in this era? Can you really do that where the game is probably projected to launch at what, $80, $100?
GTA is going to okay. This is how I'm gonna put it. GTA is that one game that is going to sell consoles at no matter what the price of the console is. It's going to exhaust the already existing player base, and it's going to get people to go out who don't have a console. It's going to get them to go out and buy a console. GTA is one of one. You know what I mean? It is the game to get. So I think it's not going to. I guess the question is like how many consoles will be sold in the time period of GTA. I mean, that's something to wait and see. I would love it if Rockstar would release GTA at the same time as consoles. You know what I mean? But if going off of history, that's just not how they roll. But I would love it if they did it.
Yeah,
if they did it that way.
I feel like
and it makes sense if they are trying to get as much, in the beginning as they can. But GTA is going to have legs, right? It's going to have legs in this generation. It's going to have legs in next generation, and maybe the generation after that. But I think, like I said, I think people are going to buy. They will buy a console for GTA. No matter the price. Yeah. And GTA is just that game. That's the game. You know what I mean? If I was an Xbox, that would be the year I discount my pricing on the Xbox. I would discount the pricing. Discount the pricing, and I would ship as much as I can to test that theory. And after that, if I was selling shit, then I was like, all right, we shut it down. Send that shit to the Atlantic Ocean or some shit. But man, this is hey, 2020. I feel like you said 2025 was mid. I'm surprised you said that, because I feel like it had a lot of really good games. With one darling that just kind of stole the show. Like, remember, bro, no. Let's be real. Some of the most anticipated games have came out and they got gamage. Hollow Knight Silksong came out finally and got. Think about it. These were. Hades 2 came out, right? Like there were so many anticipated games that came out and got gamashed. That's so funny.
That is crazy, bro. This when it's all said and done, this is gonna be the greatest game of all time, bro. This is gonna be the greatest.
E33 has already got its claws into everybody, right? Into the industry, into the journalists and whatnot, to where because from what I can see, Hollow Knight's a great game.
It is
great game. Why nobody? You know what I mean? What was it? It was another one that came out around. But anyway, E33 put some voodoo magic. They did something, man. They got the chicken feet. They got something, man. Because There is no way.
I'm not saying
No way.
I'm not saying Dimash is Gamashed.
Gamache.
Am I saying that correct? Gomaj.
Yeah.
So all right. So the Gamache situation is what happened in Expedition 33 when all the people, when it was up their turn, like the Paintress comes and
The Thanos snap.
they do the Thanos snap and everybody just start turning into red leaves, right? Or or ashes or something. Pretty much killing everyone. That's what happened in Expedition. The expedition that you're set out to play was to be that they wanted to stop it. So they set on this expedition. They were going to be the 33rd expedition to do it, but it was the expeditions counted backwards, right? Because it didn't. It was weird because
It started from 100. If I'm not, I think it started from 100 and then count down.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that's why so pretty much what we witnessed was a freaking public homage at the Game Awards with this game, and if you haven't played, even if here's the thing, right? There was a couple of things I respected about Expedition 33, right? It was it obviously is the gameplay loop, the story, the graphics, but it also had that difficulty situation where it could be a challenge.
Yeah, challenging,
And now you can play. I think they got like easy modes and shit like that, and stuff like that. So even if you just want to just be a part of the conversation or just to experience, you don't gotta. I played it on the regular, it's standard difficulty and whatnot, and it was a challenge. There were some fights that there's some fights I didn't bother to attempt. What's that dude, Simon? I'm not messing with that. Not.
I just went through the story. I mean, I think I fought a couple side joints.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
Yeah.
Go out my way
but
to fight everybody.
They got a super deep lore of like with all the other expeditions and stuff like that. It's crazy. This game can go so many directions. So I don't know, man. But
hold on, wait, before you go, there's a game called Sea of Stars.
Oh
right?
my God, not this. Go ahead.
There's a game called Sea of Stars that has I want not the exact gameplay, but that has the gameplay of E33, but did not get the it got love. It got love.
Bro,
it did get some love.
You know why I didn't get the
but
recognition?
it did not get the love that E33 got.
What does that game look like, bro?
It's like a pixel art type.
All right,
joint.
there you go. Answer. Question answered. Bro, nobody, here's the thing. Everything people hate on Clear's Obscura for is because, this game did this game did that. Clear Obscura does everything that every other game did better. It did it with the right package. It did it with the right package.
Nope.
Yo,
I'm not E30. Sea of Stars gameplay, its combat is fantastic. Like
it's
you got the parry.
fantastic if you're playing on Game Boy Advance, bro.
Stop. No. You got the parry. You can parry, you can dodge, you can juggle. Like it's E33 before E33, but it just did not. It has a fantastic story. It has a great soundtrack. Like it's the total package. Like it's in the same package of an E33, but it just didn't. It just didn't get the love of it, man.
It's not the same package because. Here's the thing. Every time this is the common denominator. Like this is what Bond tried to do to me. This is what you're doing to me. This is what a bunch of other people try to do to us Expedition 33 fans. They tell us about all these weird ass games that have some sort of feature that Expedition has, but there's a glaring flaw that we just not messing with. That flaw is it don't look this good. The story ain't this good. It doesn't have everything together. If it like you'll have a game, right? Most of the games that do this shit, they either cartoony, 2D-ish, or they're freaking like anime-ish, or you gotta play in dub language because it's not in English, or you know what I mean? They don't have the full package. This game has the full package. It has the soundtrack. It has the gameplay. It has the story. It has the graphics. It has everything. It has the plot too. It has everything we need.
Sound like Sea of Stars to me, but hey,
bro. There's a bro.
Hold on. And you know what? E33 had a stimulus package too.
Why was this?
That.
What was the stimulus package?
Remember when everybody was going around talking about, oh, only 33 members? What was it? 33 people worked on the game, or it was not 33, but so few people worked on the game and all that. It had this stimulus package, and it was going. It was carrying it for the whole year until they pulled the skirt up on E33.
What's that skirt?
Come on,
What's the skirt? What's that skirt, man?
It was a lie.
No, man.
I'm just saying it was all a dream. Used to read Word Up magazine. I'm telling you, man, it was all a lie. But they already bamboozled everybody, right? To the point where they just didn't care.
Bro,
right?
Do me a favor. If that's the case, then the more developers need to learn how to bamboozle us into making a real game. Bro, if this all that was a lie to bamboozle, why aren't developers making great games? Because it seemed like this was easy for them. They announced it one year and it came out the next and it was a banger.
I'm telling you, that's why this year was mid, because if you put Expedition 33 in another top tier year, it don't got no legs.
All right, I'm gonna name some years. All right. So if you release this Expedition in 24, it wins. Because
what came out 2024?
Astrobot, which was a petty. Give me any game should have won 2024. Astrobot won 2024 because people was feeling sorry for PlayStation. If this game dropped in 2024, it's easy game of the year. It's easily game of the year. 2020.
Nah, I'm not giving it that. Astrobot took advantage of everything the PlayStation had to offer.
Doesn't matter. The game bro. The game literally was it's the default game because it was a fucking.
Who was the runner-up to Astrobot? Wasn't it
2024?
It was some RPG, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2024 was a mid-year. It was a mid-year.
Who were the nominations though?
Of 2024?
It was like Astrobot. It was. Let me see. Hold up.
2024. I don't even think I beat a whole lot of games in 2024. But I know in 2024.
Oh, a Metaphor, a Refantasio.
Yeah, it would have beaten. Yeah, it would have beaten. Bro, Astrobot beat. Yeah, Black Myth Wukong was overrated.
Black Myth Wukong
overrated.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It did kick out Balatro, and then it had Elden Ring, but I don't count that.
That was the Night Ring. Yeah.
That was a Shadow of the Erd Tree, but that was DLC though. So
yeah,
Metaphor, Astro. So I'm only counting 4: Metaphor, Astro, Black Myth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Expedition would have won.
Nah, I'm not giving it no.
So you're saying Astrobot would still come out on top with Expedition in that lineup?
I would say
no other game can win because they lost to Astrobot, and Expedition 33 is graciously better. Bro. And let's go the year before that, 2023 would have Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going to still say Expedition. I'm going to say Expedition. I'm going to say Expedition wins because Expedition literally stopped a game that was most anticipated for 10 years in Silksong. Baldur's Gate was anticipated, but Baldur's Gate was a cheat code because the game has been playable for 5 years. So
Baldur's Gate had the PC had the basement dwellers on his side.
The game, no. You know why? Here's the thing, right? There was a crusade against Starfield because they wanted to So here's the thing: Expedition 33 is a better game than Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 was broken after Chapter 2, I think it was. Anybody still playing that bullshit? Like I hated that game. I hated the existence of that game because it was the most overrated game ever. Expedition 33 would have easily won 2023. Expedition in 2022. All right, does it beat?
Okay, 2023 was a mid-year. All right, what's 2022?
2022 was Elden Ring, I believe. 22 was Elden Ring. So
Elden Ring. Yeah, he's definitely not winning to get Elden.
Yeah, it probably doesn't. It probably so it gets it probably doesn't win against the Elden Ring, but 2021 it takes that easily.
2021 it takes two.
Yeah, it takes that easily. It takes two. Again was some bullshit because I picked so I felt like Deathloop could have won Game of the Year. I felt Psychonauts 2 could have won Game of the Year. What else came out in 2021? Hell, Returnal could have probably won it if we're being serious. But
so you had Resident Evil Village, It Takes Two, Psychonauts 2, Metroid Dread, Deathloop, and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Returnal would have won. Not Returnal. Expedition would have won easily.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah. Okay, 2021.
And in 2020, so I feel like in the last 5 years,
hell no. No, stop. No, I'm not even gonna let you get that off. No,
I'm saying this. I'm saying this. Expedition in the 5 years is winning. It could have won 3 out of. It could have won 3 of the last 5 years.
No. I give it 2020. I give it 2021. That's it. Maybe 2023. Maybe 2023. And it's
24, 23, and 24, 23,
and it's
21
in 2020.
2020 maybe not, but this is Expedition is like a clear cut like game of the generation, you got these people saying Expedition 33 is mid. I don't think they respect gaming. Respect gaming. Please respect gaming.
I'm glad people are coming out, coming out the Matrix, waking up, you know what I mean, and realizing how overrated E33 is. I've seen a lot of discourse of people coming to the realization like, E33 is a good game, but it's not what they say it was. It's not this, it's not that. Should have really have won that when Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance was a true proper RPG. Should have really have won Indie of the Year when it's not really an indie game. I'm glad people are waking up, man. I'm glad people are waking up.
Man. Kingdom Come is too it looks good, but it's boring as shit. But no, we don't want to be here too long, but give a couple shout out to Shadow Star 187, Emmanuel A1, always coming through, Aaron PR ND, everybody who showed up into the podcast today. We'll see you guys.
Before we go, real quick.
I'm listening.
Your top 10 most anticipated games for 2026.
Oh, easy. Okay.
Where your list at?
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. 2026. All right. And tell me if I'm missing something. But
okay.
I stand by this list in no particular order. And I understand that there's a chance that at least 2 of these games, moves out this list, and it should allow for other games to enter. But as of right now, to my knowledge, these are the games that I believe or know is coming out this year.
Okay.
So, Gears of War E-Day.
Okay, got that.
Fable.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 6.
Okay. I don't have that, but
Pragmata.
Yeah.
Crimson Desert.
Honorable mention for me. Okay.
007 First Light.
That's right.
Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra.
I don't have that on my list. I don't have that one.
Okay. Clockwork Revolution.
I forgot they was even coming out, but that's a good pick.
Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis.
That I don't have it on my list, but I'm looking forward to that one.
And Halo Campaign Evolved.
Okay, I got that. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I got in order from 10 to 1. I got number 10, Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Okay.
I got number 9, Romeo is a Dead Man. I'm really intrigued about that game. It looks good to me. Number 8, I got Halo Campaign Evolved. Number 7, I got Gears E-Day. Number 6, I got Fable. Fable would have been higher on my list, but I really just ain't seen. Well, nobody has. We haven't seen a lot of that game, so that's why it dropped. Because I did have that number 3, but I was like, well, I really ain't seen too much. But so I got Fable number 6. I got The Blood of Dawnwalker number 5. I got 007 number 4. Pragmata number 3. Wolverine number 2, and GTA 6 number 1.
Yeah. So obviously, so GTA, I left one. I've never been super hyped for GTA. I get it by default because it's a default purchase, right? It's like you have to, you know what I mean? But I've never been the biggest, so I'm not anticipating it the way that everyone else is. And also I think it's probably due for another delay.
See, okay. I hear you on that too, man. If GTA 6 gets delayed to 2027, bro, man, that's gonna be a sad. That's gonna be a sad day for real. Cause like from its initial 2025 release, you've got like way more than not way more, but like damn near a year to get this game out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you still can't come out this year in November, I'm just like, oh my God. But I hear you though. And that's a possibility. I hear you on that. Yeah. I'm praying. I hope not. I think it's going to hit though. Yeah. I think it's going to hit 2026.
Like Wolverine will probably sneak in my list, assuming one of these games get delayed. But yeah, 2026 is like, I'm impressed. Like, is Judas supposed to be coming out this year?
I'm not sure. But
that
is another game I'm looking at. I had some honorable mentions too, like I had Crimson Desert, which you had. I got Exodus, which
Exodus, yeah.
Yeah, that's the game from the BioWare, I believe. Yep. And then Death Stranding 2, if it hits this year. So that's an honorable mention. But honestly, I only care about GTA 6. Like, I'm gonna play these other games. I'm gonna enjoy these other games for sure. But GTA, man, my personal favorite franchise.
Yeah.
Man. I'm damn near taking off. No exaggeration. I'm damn near might take off a week for that game.
A full week to
play. A full week. No bullshit. No bullshit. I might damn near take off a whole week for that game. Like, I cannot wait for this game, bro.
I can respect it.
The hype is going, because you know how Rockstar, how they released those trailers with the woman talking, the overview trailers and all that.
Yeah.
Once them trailers start happening, man, oh my God, that's when the hype is just going to go crazy for me. So
that deep dive shit.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll probably I don't know if we'll be back next week. We can. It's Saturday. It really all depends. This was like a test. We know for sure. Obviously there's gonna be an episode before or after. The whatever Xbox is. Damn it. The shit they do every January, developer direct, because that's the most anticipated thing that we're waiting on right now. But unless something happens, but like it really all depends. We'll see. We'll monitor what will happen over the course of the next week. If there's something to discuss, we'll be back next week. Maybe we'll do it in the middle of the week. I think maybe Monday or Tuesday, Xbox might announce their developer direct. That might prompt a podcast of a discussion of what we expect or hope to see from it, and then we'll see after that. But appreciate it. Then
real quick. How does it feel? Because I've been on PC for a year, for like over a year now.
Yeah.
How does it feel? The Best Buy. How does the Best Buy feel about his transition over to PC?
It's been tough. I did a video today. The thing is, I'll slow it because the video was relatively long. It was like 20 minutes. It took me a while to get to the point. The problem I'm having is the problem I'm having with PC gaming is that it's not that the problem is I'm coming from console, right? It's the good, the bad, and ugly. The good is that I'm an Xbox gamer. I moved to PC. I have something to work with. I have a library thanks to Game Pass and play anywhere. And then remember, I've dabbled in PC gaming before, so I've had games on like Steam and shit like that. It's just that I would do like maybe one game a year that I would do on PC. I wasn't fully committed. Now I'm fully committed, and what the problem I'm finding now is that there's games I would like to finish, or like, you know, to play on PC just at, you know, better fidelity and at the max you know, possible. And some of these games I already own on Xbox. And the thing is, I want the promise of Xbox Play Anywhere. I want to be able, like, I wanted to forget. I'm watching Addict play Resident Evil 4. I'm on chapter 9, and I was like, I'd like to just finish the game up. You know what I mean? Right now, Dre, one of the things I did to sort of I'm pretending like I don't have an Xbox. So my Xbox is in another room. It's not even at my setup with me. That's how I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, hey, you know, let me see, like, just in case. You know what I mean? I might like, oh, maybe me doing this PC thing is just a phase, right? But no, it's just that, like, damn, I was like, I want to play Resident Evil 4. The thing is, the problem I have with this is that, you know, sure, I play Xbox games, but I also play other games from other, you know, developers and publishers and stuff like that. So the thing is that a lot of these games aren't Play Anywhere. So there's like games like Echoes of the End, which I was in the middle of playing that before I did this transition. Is like, well, damn, if I want to finish on PC, I gotta buy another copy on Steam. Like Resident Evil, even if Resident Evil's on sale, it's okay. But then it's not like it has cross save, so I have to start the whole process over there. To, you know what I mean? So that's more so where I get kind of bothered. Is just that, like, that I want Play Anywhere to be properly enabled and whatnot, and I'm not ready to, because most games I'm most interested in are games I actually already played or, you know, started or beaten already on Xbox, and I kind of just want to play them on my new machine. But other than that, the process of I'll say this: if you're gonna jump into it, start with a pre-build, because I made some dummy mistakes. I lost like a day and a half. I lost a day and a half trying to get my shit to just turn the fuck on. So, but because it's like, the thing is, you'll upgrade something and then you'll realize, oh, well, this doesn't fit. Well, I gotta probably get a new case, or, oh, I don't have enough power, so now I gotta open it. Once I realized that the PSU, the shit you were telling me, I was scared as shit. I was like, damn, I have to open this whole thing up. Yeah. And it was a journey, but once you get it done and it's running, it's fine. I'm satisfied with the machine. I can play anything I want at like the settings I want. And I stopped. One thing I'm happy I didn't do, because like I said, I really wanted a 5080, right? But then I asked myself, like, pretty much how much is a 5080? It's 5080 is what, 1,000 to 1,200, depending on which.
Yeah, MSRP is 1,000, but yeah.
So, but my thing is, it's like, all right, what is the biggest difference between a 5080 and a 5070 Ti? In terms of performance percentage, it's what, 10, 12%?
Yeah, something like that.
And my thing is like, is that extra $600 worth that? So,
damn, now you got me rethinking, because I got a 5080. Hold on.
No, I'm just saying. No, but that's how I had to rationalize it.
Yeah, I got you.
When I was looking, I was like, damn, I can get this shit right now. And I was like, damn, a 58. And I was like, what's the power difference? You know what I mean? So I was like, if it's only 10 to 12%, that's not a big difference in terms of real life performance.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I got it. I got it in my brain. I'm like, okay, more is better, no matter how much more. Right. So that's how I look at it. So if I could, if I was brain dead, I'd be like, okay, a 5090. I know it's a lot, but more is better. So I need that. That 5090. I need a 5090, but I'm not paying that amount of money for a 5090. So I was like,
that's insane. You know, people who still can't run Borderlands 4 at 60 FPS with a 5090.
But that's Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 ain't got no business being so damn demanding the way it is, man. Absolutely insane.
Oh man.
And I want to play that too, but I'm like, bro, I can't max it out.
Yeah, so We'll see, man. Oh yeah, as far as the show, like bi-weekly, probably. It really all depends. I do promise to be more consistent, and you guys are seeing that so far. Whether if I do a video or a live stream, podcast, and yes, there will be another episode of Planet Xbox soon. But shout out to Dre, Sir Dre the Great. I know the name on the thing still says freaking Notorious Dre's, because I didn't get the layout changed in time. Shout out to OBSBOT. That's the makers of this smart cam. But yeah, man. See you guys next. I'll post on Twitter if we'll do a show before by next week. If not, but you can definitely do expect us at least a bi-weekly for now. It really all depends on what's going out there in the world. But thank you guys for watching, man. We'll see you guys very soon. Thank you, Dre.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody get your health right. GTA 6 is this year. Make sure your health is good. Get in the gym, protein, do what you got to do, man. We got to be here.
It's crazy.
RIP to and condolences to everybody who hasn't made it, who might not make it. I'm trying to make it, man. I need to make it. But thank y'all for coming out, man. Appreciate it.
Dude got a GTA health plan. That's crazy.
I told my wife, I said, listen, I'm in the gym for my family and GTA 6, man. That's it. That's it. Man. Man.
Later, guys.